Hello, welcome to my YouTube video thing. Um, I'm a wargamer, and today we're going to be looking at, you can see on the screen right now, Eureka miniatures, based here in the United States. I was looking at their newsletter, and actually, no, I wasn't looking at the newsletter. I was looking at a delivery app that also has stores in it, and Eureka came up, and they were showing me these really cool turtle figures. And I decided might as well hop on and give them a show because I think they're pretty cool. I've been diving into historical miniatures for the last 6 months, 9 months ish. Really enjoying 15 millimeter Battlefront miniatures, doing a lot of modern stuff, traditional historical, and so that's how I got to Eureka miniatures. Is they do a lot of modern, Napoleonics, all that kind of stuff. I'll just drop this down, and you can see some of their ranges here: pirates, Napoleonic, modern. This is where I spent most of my time. You can see NATO 28, stuff like that. Oh, not the best one to focus into, but see, that's cool. They got a raft in it. I might actually pick this one up. I haven't looked at this one before. NATO Special Frogmen, only 23 bucks. I like the metal miniatures. Makes me happy. But anyway, back to these Pond Wars 28 millimeter. So here we've got turtles with a bow. I think the musket turtle is kind of cool. So for $9, you get 4 figures. So that's $2.25 for a 28 millimeter figure. It's a really good price. Oh, that's really cool. I was thinking of making up an army with this, either Kings of War or I don't know. Yeah, what other rule sets we could use? Oh, look at that, turtles! They're super small, but turtles on alligator mounts. That's pretty cool. Let's go back down to Pond Wars. Let's go to Warrior Frog Cavalry. Ooh. Oh, that's awesome. Look at that, his big old tongue hanging out. Little turtle shell for shield. They must be the enemies of the turtles. I like that, that's cool. $12.50, a little expensive, but it's a lot of metal. Cool, a little frog with his little rifle there. Let's go Warrior Frogs. These are the guys that originally caught my attention. I was like, this is awesome. A little veteran there with a mallet. This reminds me of squig hoppers in fantasy. Marching models, so you can do bases with multiples. We got, what is this? This is a frog cannon and crew. Pretty cool. So they're definitely, it's definitely a Napoleonic bent for this. Probably meant for rank and flank type of stuff, especially with this kind of model, the Frog King. You can get him on one base, and he kind of goes around and does his thing. Reminds me a lot of the Lizardmen from fantasy back in the day. So that's really cool. I think there's one more, 2 more. The turtle tank. Just give that a look. So yeah, giant metal figure. And appropriately expensive. This is the price range I remember as a kid. Big metal models from fantasy and 40K. If you wanted to buy a dreadnought, like, this is how much you'd pay. Which I think you're paying twice that now for a plastic model. Better detail, but you can't chuck it at your friend and really cause injury. So, you gotta weigh and evaluate. Last one here is Samurai Rabbits. These guys are awesome. I could totally see purchasing. Look, you get a set of 8 for variants for just under 20 bucks. That guy's cool with this halberd over his or naginata, I think, is that? Yeah. It's just really awesome. Rabbit Samurai. The back banner, that you get a set of 8. Same price. Yeah, having a couple of regiments of these would be super cool. And that's it. That's it for Pond Wars. Oh, no, one more here. This is Rabbit Ronin. It looks like they have a bit more complicated banners. A little bit more scary. It looks like it's ribs and a spine of some sort. Back banner with katana. Here we go. We didn't look at these either. It's freaking nuts. So cool. Love these minis. Trying to remember the name of the game that I'm thinking of you can play this with. Let me go check it out. DBA is what I was thinking of. De Bellis Antiquatis, something like that. I know I've butchered that, but it's something similar. It's the rule set from the early 2000s, late 90s, that developed by Phil Barker and Sue Barker. And yeah, it's just a really cool little war set made for micro scale or pico scale, 2 or 3 millimeter miniatures. Yeah, and then you push around on the battlefield, like ancient battles and stuff like that. They also release rules for Napoleonics, but you know, those types of rule sets, it's really based on your bases and your base sizes, not on the actual models. And so the models tend to be just really representative. It's just the art factor to the game table that you're setting up. The actual thing that matters is the actual size of your bases. It's not the actual size of your bases. It's not the actual here. There it goes. So a little 15 millimeter model there, and so this is a 30 by 40 for AK-47. And so the size of the base is really what matters. It's not about the actual models. That becomes really important in like a skirmish game, where if you're using the 28 millimeter models on their own, and then generally you want to represent all the gear that they have on each model, and you're going to do WYSIWYG, which is what you see is what you get. And generally historical wargaming kind of goes in between that, right? There's the guys that really want super accurate historical. They want the exact order of battle for what they're doing. They want all the uniforms right, especially true of Napoleonic people because of how distinctive each uniform was. And the uniforms, it was all about regalia, all about showing off and, you know, being your warrior self or whatever. So really important in those types of games. But as you start going farther and farther back, we know less and less about how people were equipped, and we know, but we're not as sure as, say, you know, we know exactly how a Ukrainian soldier is equipped today, and we know the variations and the variants, or a Russian soldier. But, you know, a Viking back in the day, you know, all we have is archaeological finds to discover what they were doing, and then our interpretation of that. And so it gives the wargamer more leeway. And so with those ancient games where the base is the only thing that matters, really it's about, you know, the capability of what you're representing filling that space. And I think I want to do it with these little rabbit guys. That would be really cool, having an army of rabbit turtle people, rabbit turtle frog people. But yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching this short video about Eureka miniatures. Be sure to check them out. This is their Pond Wars range. And I hope you're having a great weekend and continue to have a good day. Bye.